Good morning, Mr. Thamizh.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. And first of all, congratulations on achieving your PMP certification with above target in all three areas within 1.5 months of finishing the training.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Welcome. And, as I mentioned, everyone's journey is unique. And I'm sure your experience, the way how you prepared and, like the real exam, how you faced will be surely helping other participants to prepare in the right direction.
Sure. I would like to express my gratitude and sincere thanks to Mr. Anthony sir, who made this success possible. And he has given a lot of guidance whenever I ask over the phone and all. I disturb a lot to him.
No, that's not
So
disturbance.
thanks a
That's a
lot to
part
him.
of that. So we are happy that our support helped you, like in
Sure.
passing the examination, the first attempt.
Certainly.
Great, thank you. And by the way, Thamizh is working as a commissioning engineer in Archirodon group of companies in UAE, and from UAE he joined the training and he achieved the PMP certification in the first attempt within 1.5 months. Let's hear from Mr. Thamizh how he prepared for the examination. Can we start with your preparation methodology?
Yes, sir. Let me brief about my methodology of preparation and how I went through the examinations and all. So it will be helpful to the future aspirants. So first I joined in January 3rd batch and end up my training on February 14th. After that, I took 1.5 months for the intense preparation. Every day, maybe 2 hours I used to spend to recollect my concepts, went through whenever I have some doubts and all, I got clarified trainer. So I took almost 1.5 months. Afterwards, I have gone through mock 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Then initially, I got scored about 60% in mock 2 and 65% mock 3, something like that. Then I have went through where I have got wrong. Then I started reviewing myself where I went wrong, then what I have to rectify. So I went back to the videos and go through the slides and all to refer to get more clarity on the part of mistakes and all. So I got a very clear idea about the concepts and everything. Then I appear mock 2 and all. I got almost 85 to 90%.
Very good.
Right before 1 week. So I just tried to test myself whether I am able to appear for the examination or not. And I got very good score. Then I got very good confidence a lot. Okay, then maybe mid of March, I booked the examination. Then my trigger point, countdown started. And 15 days, it was intense preparations. Yeah.
Very good. So one of the very important points you mentioned is about the way how you practice the questions. So as we normally say, you are not taking the mock exam only to check your score, is to know where you are going wrong. So
Correct.
In those areas, you are reviewing those questions, looking into the answers and understanding that, yes, this is where I'm going wrong. And when you retook the examination, you were able to get 85 to 90%. By the way, the mock exams, you took it from our LMS, right? Learning Management System.
LMS.
Okay. Yes, carry on. So what other materials you used during the preparation apart from LMS?
Only LMS, I have repeatedly go through the review part and all. And Agile 180 questions also helped me a lot.
Okay.
And apart from whatever you have shared, some additional information and all, also I have gone through it.
Okay, so towards the end, I shared an additional simulation exam that also helped you. Okay.
Yes, that also very close to the examination.
Okay, great.
I would strongly recommend to go through mock 2, which is very close to the examination.
Mock 2 in LMS.
LMS.
Okay.
In addition, Agile 180 also very close.
Okay, Agile 180.
The concepts, very clear concept from 180 questions.
180 questions. So that helped you in the real examination.
Of course.
Okay.
And obviously, the fundamental thing is your concepts, without which we cannot even able to think of the real examination. Of course, your videos And whatever you give in the examination tips towards the end of the every classes, that also help you a lot. And mnemonics, some short mnemonics, like during the video you relate with the concept with the mnemonics and all. That
Okay.
also help to apply the concept very quickly in the examination. It was very
So
helpful.
right, so you watched the class recording also during your preparation?
Yes sir, yes sir. I went through all the videos at one time. Then in the fast, the speed 1.5 times that mode, because I don't have time. So then exam tip at the end, you have given some exam tip also. I took a note of it. And before the examination, I just gone through the exam tips once again. The comparisons, whatever the concepts you have given during that. That also helped. Yeah.
Okay, so now coming to the real examination, how was the real examination? From where you got more questions? Is it more of agile or predictive? Can you give your debrief on the real exam?
Yeah, out of 180 questions, 70% belongs to agile hybrid combinations.
70% agile.
30% belongs to predictive type of questions. Yeah.
Okay.
In the 30% predictive questions, we have got like process group, like initiation, executions, and monitoring and control. Somehow some questions I have got it. And knowledge area, when we come to knowledge area, stakeholder, communication, quality, risk, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so these are the areas where you got
knowledge area that you got that more questions.
Yeah. Is there any direct question about, like, in this situation, what tools you'll use, what techniques you'll use, or it's more of situational questions?
No, sir. There is no questions like tools and techniques. But there is a direct question, like they have given some scenario like initiation group, and they will give answer which like project charter or something. This way they will relate to the process group and concept directly. They will.
Okay, so it will be helpful to understand about the process group, knowledge area, process mapping. That will.
Yes. If we understand which process group it belongs to, we can answer directly.
Okay, so that will be helpful.
Some questions like that directly we can answer.
Yeah. So when it comes to the real exam questions, is it like the questions are asked from a project manager's perspective, or a team's perspective, or a scrum master perspective, or it's a mix of all?
I would say project manager perspective, 80% of the questions. Yeah.
What about
rest
remaining?
And all teams and all, very few questions. And scrum master, very few. Very few
questions. Right.
90%, let's say 90% questions from PM perspective.
Project manager's perspective.
Yeah, what the project manager will do, what is how the project manager will handle the situations. The scenario will be given, then they will ask how the project manager has to deal with the situations.
Okay, great. So what about calculation based questions?
Calculations, they have given two questions from calculations, like the status. They will give some values and ask the status of the project is, whether it is in the schedule or something like that.
Okay, so it's mainly about the earned value management.
Earned value management, correct.
Okay, so no other like communication channels or other formulas?
No, sir, no. There is no questions from communication.
Okay, so any calculation or any questions on the payback period or project selection methods we discussed, NPV? No questions like that. So, but they use the terminologies anywhere, net present value or payback period, something in the questions?
No, sir. I have not received any questions like IRR or payback, net present value.
Nothing. So no calculation. Okay. So what about the compliance-based questions? Have you, like in business environment, you got some compliance?
I have got maybe 8 to 9 questions from regulations, compliance. Yeah.
Compliance. But what we covered in the training, that helped you to answer those questions?
Yeah, yes. Concept, very clear concept. We can get it. We have got it from the training videos and all. If regulations And compliance come how to apply the concept. If we know that concept, whatever the compliance requirements appears in the examination, we can able to easily crack it. Yeah.
Okay, great. What about time management? You could finish the examination on time?
Yeah, yes, sir, yes. First, I took 85 minutes for the first 60 questions.
First block
10
took
to
85
15,
minutes.
yeah, first 10 to 15 questions, I couldn't able to figure out the concepts and all, very lengthy, and I was like, whether I will succeed or not. In that way, I was thinking.
Okay.
After I have come across 10 to 15 questions, it was okay for me. But it took maybe almost more than 1.5 minutes of each questions. 85 minutes for first 60. Then second 60 questions, I would say maybe 70 minutes.
70 minutes. Okay,
Yeah. Then third 60, 75 minutes. So 230 minutes I spent. Then 5 to 10 minutes I review whatever I flag it. Then I went back and review quickly and come.
The elimination technique, what we discussed in the class, helped you in finding the answer?
Elimination technique also I apply to some questions, like the not regulations, some other areas I try to apply. Two to three questions I apply elimination. Whichever I am not sure, I apply elimination. Then finally I got the right one.
Right. Okay, great. So have you used any other material other than what you got from the training for the preparation, and anyway it helped you in the exam?
No. Only what I used to prepare is your videos and slides and LMS. That's it. Nothing else.
Great.
This helps me a lot. If we catch the concept very clearly, we can apply.
Then, very good. Great.
Concept is very important, I would say. Whoever is going to appear for the examination, even if you refer something outside of the training, you should have very clear fundamental concepts which help you get through the examinations.
Great, great, very good. So what's your recommendation for future exam takers if they want to get like a good score like you? What you will recommend to them?
I would suggest to join Bsight consultancy.
Thank you.
With the guidance of Mr. Anthony sir first. So then what you are supposed to do is you have to go through daily basis. Once the class is over, you can just have a glance over whatever you have come across. Just take a note of it every day. Then you can recall it. And the examination tip, whatever the sir used to utter in his mouth, which is very, very important, I would say, which will be very helpful to all of you.
Right.
So this is the way which I am preparing for the examinations.
Right.
You can spend every day 1 hour, 2 hours, something like that. If you catch the concepts, yes, you can.
Within 1 to 1.5 months of the training, you can be certified.
And in addition, multiple questions also I have received something like 2 to 3 questions, multiple answers.
There will be like more than 4 choices, and you have to choose the right answer. So what about
match the following? I received 2 questions. Roles and responsibility, something like that.
Okay. Any hotspot based, like they give a figure and ask you to?
No, sir, I didn't receive any hotspot.
Okay.
One question from graph, burn down, something like that.
Burn down chart and so then you have to.
I need to figure out the status of the burn down chart.
Burn down chart. So it was easy, right? Like based on
easy,
what we
very easy. You can if you know the concepts, you can easily understand and apply the answers.
Any technical concepts in Agile, such as DevOps or CI/CD, anything like that shown up in the examination?
There is no questions from.
It's only about the management side. How
like team, having compliance or whatever, how you apply these things. And and if any new stakeholder coming, how do you react? This kind of questions.
Change in stakeholder. So comparing to people and process, is what it was equally distributed, or you got more questions from process or more from people?
I would say I felt like people side I got some more questions.
People side more questions.
Comparatively.
Okay. So what about the team development stages like farming, storming?
Yeah,
Any question from that?
I got received one question from farming, storming, something
That
like
area
that.
you got
And
some question.
conflict resolution technique also I got.
Okay.
They
Conflict
have
resolution.
given some scenario in one organization, matrix organization. Then they will ask you how to handle the what conflict resolution technique you will apply for this situation.
The
Something like
situation. Okay.
that.
Great. Very
Okay,
good.
sir.
And I'm sure like all the experience what you shared will be helping all the future aspirants to prepare in the right direction. And thank you very much for agreeing,
Thank you,
to
sir.
provide a debrief during the weekend. I know it's your family time, and thanks a lot. And a special thanks for you, because once you joined the training, I think 5 to 6 of your friends also joined
Yeah.
through you. And in that, like Mr. Anil also got
Yes,
his
sir.
PMP
Yes.
certification on the same day
Correct.
you took the exam. You took the exam
Yes.
from home or from the center?
No, sir. From the center only.
Center. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Center is, I believe, it's quite okay for me.
Yeah.
In order not
Yeah.
to have, some sort of formalities and all, which is
Yeah.
very easy for me. Yes.
Yes. It go there like you take the exam, relax,
Yeah.
and
I
you are
can
done.
go and take the examination and come back.
Okay,
And
very
I
good.
would say strongly, you need to take 10 minutes break.
Okay, that
Which is
break time.
mandatory. Yeah. Which you can refresh yourself and appear for the examination. That is
Okay.
very, very important for you. And early one day, you have to sleep well. No need to study and all. Sleep well, and next day morning go with fresh mind. Apply the concepts from whatever our trainer told. You can succeed in your examination very
Thanks a lot.
easily.
Thanks a lot. I mean, see,
That's it.
yeah, see, you did a very good preparation. That's very important. As you mentioned, like prepare very well. And obviously the concepts what we are discussing in the class, the questions what we are discussing in the class will help you in the real examination as well. Great. Great. Okay. Thanks a lot, Tamil. Have a good weekend. See you
Thank you,
soon.
sir. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.